Unless this is your first digital advertising campaign, you're probably familiar with campaign objectives because most of the platforms have them. Basically, when you create a new campaign, you opt into a campaign objective that tries to tell the platform what you're trying to achieve with that campaign. Some of them could be around brand awareness, they could be around traffic to your website, or conversions. There's a lot of different ones to choose from, and TikTok is no different. So with this video, I want to walk through the handful of campaign objectives available on the TikTok ads platform as of January 2022. In the TikTok Ads Manager, when you go to create a new campaign, the first thing you're going to do is choose your advertising objective. And here at the top, we can see the different categories of objectives that we'll end up going through today. We're going to go in order from left to right. So we're going to start with the awareness campaign objective, which is reach. And then there are 5 different campaign objectives for the consideration stage. And then there's 1 for conversion. So let's go ahead and start off with the reach campaign objective. Effectively, what we're trying to do with this campaign objective is to show your ad to the maximum number of people that we can on the TikTok ads platform. Once we've selected that campaign objective, we can scroll down and adjust any of the campaign settings down below. Here we can adjust our campaign name. You'll see that it defaulted to reach and then a bunch of numbers. You can create a split test with this campaign, and you can also set up a budget limit or no limit if you would like to do that. Overall, the campaign settings are pretty limited for a reach campaign. As we go through future campaign objectives, you'll notice there's the option for campaign budget optimization, where you provide a campaign level budget and TikTok will determine which ad group gets the budget based on performance on any given day, trying to maximize the objective that you're reaching for. Reach campaigns are one of 2 campaign objectives that do not have campaign budget optimization available. The other is going to be video views. As we go through the other objectives, I'll talk about this a little bit, but I did want to give a heads up that Reach does not have the ability for campaign budget optimization. Let's go ahead and click continue and get to the ad group settings. The first option we have is to choose the placement that we want our ads to show up on. TikTok has a number of different placements available, but reach campaigns are only eligible for TikTok on the main app. In a later campaign objective that has the full rundown of all of the placements, I will give more insight on placement targeting and refer you to another video where we give even more detail on how to choose those. But for now, just know that reach campaigns can only be shown on TikTok, which likely is what your goal was anyway. So as we scroll down, now we can start to get into the creative type, which we have the option to have automated creative optimization. This is going to be a setting that is across all of the different campaign objectives, so I'm not going to go into that. Similarly, I'm not going to talk about all of the targeting available for each of these different campaign objectives. They are all the same. You can add in your audiences based on the lists that you've created. You can adjust the demographics based on country, gender, age, languages, and then you can layer in any interests and behaviors to your heart's content based on how they interact with certain videos, creators, all that good stuff, as well as different devices. What I'm going to focus on for this video instead is going to be the specific differences between the campaign objectives. I've stopped on budget and schedule, but mostly that was just to catch my breath because all of this is going to be the same for all the different campaign objectives as well. You'll be able to choose your budget, schedule, and any sort of day parting for all of the different campaign objectives that we have available. The section that I do want to discuss is this bidding and optimization portion, because this will be different based on the different campaign types that you use. On a reach campaign, the optimization goal is, you guessed it, reach, which again is trying to show your ad to the maximum number of people. And the next setting we have available is to try and curb any of the worries that people have about trying to serve your ad to the maximum number of people, and that's a frequency cap. Reach campaigns are the only campaign objective on TikTok with a frequency cap, and we have 3 different options. You can show ads no more than 3 times every 7 days, effectively 3 times a week, or if you were going to look at a frequency number on Facebook, let's say, that number would be no more than 3 anytime you look at the last 7 days worth of data. You can also choose to show your ads no more than once a day, which again will mean that a frequency on any last 7 days would be up to 7, or you can set a custom frequency cap, which allows you to choose the amount of impressions that you would like per day, per user on the TikTok platform. So depending on what your goals are here, make sure that you set your frequency cap accordingly. For now, I'm going to revert it back to the default so that I don't have any errors. And then the bidding strategy, again, will be a section that I skip over for all of the campaign objectives because it is always going to be the same. If there's any interest for more detail on this bid strategy section, let us know and we can try to put together a video for you. But for now, I'm going to skip to the next section where we put together the ad creative. For reach campaigns on TikTok, the ad format that you can use is single video. That's the only option you have available. There are a couple other ad formats that we'll get into in later campaign objectives, but for reach, you can only put together a single video. Just like some of the other topics in this video, I'm sure you're getting sick of this, but we're not going to talk about this too much because we're going to have a video coming out on TikTok ad formats in the next few months, so we'll save all those findings for that. So with that, let's hop back up to the campaign section and get to our next campaign objective. Now we're going to shift into the consideration stage of the different campaign objectives. And we'll start off with traffic, which means that we want to send more people to a destination page on our website or within our app. Now let's scroll down to the campaign settings. And here you'll see that we do have the option for campaign budget optimization, like I referred to in the reach campaign objective. Otherwise, you're still able to create a split test and you can still adjust the budget to have a limit or no limit. Moving into the ad group settings, here you'll see that we need to choose our promotion type before we choose placements. And we can determine whether we want to send users to a website or an app. Since this is a traffic campaign objective, if you choose to try and send traffic to your app, what this means is that you are going to be trying to get users just to simply engage in the app. If you are looking for app installs or if you are looking for any type of other app optimization events, this is not the campaign objective that you would want to use. But for now, let's leave it as the probably most often used website campaign objective. Ideally, you will have the TikTok pixel set up and applied to your website, so you would want to use that to track your website. But just for the sake of moving along in this video, I'm going to leave that box unchecked. And now we'll scroll down to the placements option. And as I mentioned in the reach campaign objective section, there are campaign objectives with more options available for placements to target, and traffic has the widest range coverage on all of them. If you leave the default setup, you're going to be on automatic placement, which means that you'll target ads across all supported placements. But if you choose to manually select them, you'll see that you can choose TikTok, the Newsfeed app series, or Pangle, which I'm assuming is how you pronounce that. If you want to learn more about the placement targeting options on TikTok, you can check out the video at the top of the screen right now, where we go through all of the targeting options on TikTok, including some of the insights on placements. For now, I'm going to leave it as automatic placement, and then continue scrolling down so we can get into the different settings for the traffic campaign. Again, all of the different targeting options and everything like that is going to be the same with budget and schedule. So now we're going down to the bidding and optimization section. For a traffic campaign, the only optimization goal you can have is for a click. There's no customization you can have here, but you'll see that it does change from the reach optimization goal that we had for the reach campaign objective. And then your bidding strategy can either be bid cap or lowest cost, just like any other campaign. Lastly, let's look at the ad formats for a traffic campaign. And with this campaign objective, we have a lot more options we can use. So we can utilize a single video, single image, or collection ad with a traffic campaign on TikTok. So depending on the types of creatives you have, whether they're videos, images, or if you do have a collection of products that you want to sell, choose the ad format that makes the most sense for you. Okay, heading to the next campaign objective. Now we're going to move to app installs, trying to get more people to install your app. Again, if you're just trying to get volume and users into the app, a traffic campaign is going to be a better option here. But if you want to get people to install the app, this campaign objective is the right way to go. For campaign settings, we still have the ability to create a split test, use campaign budget optimization, all the same stuff as the traffic campaign. So now let's go into the ad group settings. Again, this should feel pretty similar to the traffic campaign objective if we had chosen an app for the destination of our traffic. Unfortunately for this video, we don't actually have an app to promote. I don't have any accounts that have an app on it, so we can't really go too much further with that. But if you do have an app, the first thing you would do is select said app from your drop down here, and then you can look to customize the settings. You do have an option for the majority of the placements across app install campaigns. So again, very similar to a traffic campaign. Then as we scroll down, we still have the option for the automated creative optimization. We have all of the targeting options available, and then we head all the way down to the bidding and optimization section. This will optimize for a click, very similar to the traffic campaign objective. And since we don't have an app eligible on the TikTok platform, I actually can't move forward to the ad format section. But based on context clues and knowing that we can utilize all the different placements and that we have the same optimization goal as the traffic campaign, my guess is that we'll probably still have the option to put together either a video or an image ad format. Probably not collection ads, since you're trying to promote your app instead of a specific set of products, but odds are you can use at least a video ad, if not also an image ad, to promote your app. Let's keep moving down the list and find the next consideration campaign objective, which is going to be video views. And this is where we get more people to view our video content on the TikTok platform. Remember earlier in the reach section, I mentioned that video views is the second and only other campaign objective that does not allow for campaign budget optimization. So you'll always have to set ad group level budgets within TikTok on video views campaigns as well. I'm going to go ahead and click no limit so that there aren't any errors as I move forward. And now let's go into the ad group settings. For video views campaigns, we are again restricted to only the TikTok ad placement, so we can't be on any of those extended networks that we saw for some of the previous campaign objectives. Video views, however, has one of the more customizable set of bidding and optimization sections down here, where we can choose an optimization goal based on the length of video view that we want to optimize for. The default is going to be a 6-second video view, but you can also choose to use a 2-second video view if you want to. If you have a jam-packed brand message and introduction in the first 2 seconds of your video, a 2-second video might make sense for you. Or if you're literally just trying to get as many views as you possibly can on a video, that would be the best way to go. But the marketer in me tells me that 2 seconds is not a lot of time, and optimizing for that goal might not be in your best interest if you're trying to make any amount of money on your advertising, which I'm guessing we all are. For the most part, I think it's best to stick with the 6-second video view optimization goal unless you have some very distinct points as to why to move away from it. So with that, I'll leave it as the default, and then we'll move into the ad creation portion. The only ad format we have available for video views campaign is, you guessed it, a single video ad. If you're looking for any of the recommended video specs or some of the other format requirements, you can find those pieces here. But otherwise, we only have a single video image ad available for a video views campaign. The next campaign objective is going to be one step down from video views, and that's lead generation. As you can tell from the previous objectives I've gone through, I'm trying to focus only on the pieces that are unique to each campaign objective to make this video as focused as possible and not talk about all the things that are the same. That said, lead generation is a newer campaign objective, not the newest, but relatively new. And when it came out, we put together an entire run through start to finish of how to create a lead generation campaign on TikTok. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the video at the top of the screen right now. But for this video, I'm going to continue to talk about only the pieces that make it unique compared to the other objectives. As we scroll down, we can see that we have a more robust set of campaign settings where we can do a split test, campaign budget optimization, all that good stuff. So now let's get into the ad group settings. Since lead generation forms are hosted entirely on the advertising platform, the only placement we have available is TikTok. Because they own that platform, they're able to control the form, track the information submitted, all that good stuff in one place. There's no way to extend the reach of a lead gen campaign beyond TikTok itself. And again, all of the other options are the same, aside from the bidding and optimization portion down at the bottom, where the optimization goal will be for leads. Just like many of the other campaigns that we've gone through already, there is no adjusting this optimization goal. TikTok is going to focus on these leads, and that's what it's going to try to get you. The highest point of customization for a lead gen campaign is going to come from the ads themselves. For a lead gen campaign, we can only use a single video ad format, where all of the specs and requirements are going to be the same as they are for all of the other campaign objectives. The biggest thing that's going to be different is down here at the bottom, where we utilize the instant forms within the lead generation form campaign. I'll refer you back to the other video where we talk about a lead generation campaign setup from start to finish, because I do give examples on how to set up these forms. But if you're familiar with lead generation forms, TikTok has a very similar setup flow to most other platforms like Facebook and LinkedIn. You'll be able to customize what the form looks like. As you can see here, we've got some of the channel logos and then some of the Paid Media Pros colors on it. There's some of the language that we have here. And then you can customize the questions themselves to make sure that the leads that you generate has the information you need to follow up on them and hopefully make those users into customers. There's one more campaign objective within the consideration stage, and that is the newest campaign objective available on the platform. And if I scroll down a little bit, we can see that that is community interaction. We're trying to get more page follows or profile visits on TikTok. When it comes to campaign settings, we do have the ability to do the campaign budget optimization. Everything else is going to be the same. And if we shift into the ad group settings, you'll see here that similar to a lead generation campaign, where we're trying to get the page likes or profile follows on TikTok, the only placement we can use is TikTok. Again, makes sense. All of the other targeting, budget, and schedule sections are going to be the same. So then we can shift down to the bidding and optimization. And here's where we get to utilize this campaign very similar to a Facebook engagement campaign objective. If you're interested in learning about Facebook campaign objectives, we've got a video that we put together already, so you can check that out if you want to. On TikTok, we have only two options available though. We have profile visit and follow. So depending on if you want people to visit your profile or actually follow that profile, choose the optimization goal that makes the most sense for you. Lastly, if we shift into the ad creative, you'll notice that the setup section looks a little bit different. We have to choose our identity and link our account before we can utilize the community engagement campaign objective. If you're trying to drive profile visits or page follows, you probably have to tell TikTok which account you want to have those profile visits or page follows to. So the first step is that you'll need to link your account or use another authorized account or post to try and drive that engagement. So there are a couple different ways you can do it, but effectively this section just means to choose the profile that you want to drive that in-app engagement for. Lastly, when you come down to the ad format, you can only use a single video ad, and you'll notice that there is no option to have a destination page on any of these different pieces, because we're trying to drive engagement on the platform, so it doesn't make sense to provide a destination page that would take people out of the TikTok app. Okay, we're in the home stretch. One last campaign objective, and that's going to be all the way over in the conversion stage, and it's going to be called conversions, where we try to drive valuable actions on your website. Just like with most of the other campaign objectives, we have the ability to create a split test or set up any sort of campaign budget optimization. And then at the ad group level, you'll see that the only promotion type we have available is website. And since TikTok is trying to optimize for a specific conversion action, you need to not only link your pixel, but you need to choose the optimization event that you want to optimize for. Unfortunately, just like with the app install campaign, we do not have a pixel that has events set up on it. So I don't have the opportunity to show you what that would look like. But needless to say, it looks very similar to what it would look like for Facebook, where you have your pixel tied to the account, and then you choose the optimization event, whether it be a page visit, an add to cart, a purchase, any of those on website events that you have firing in your pixel. Odds are this internal website option is going to be the one that most people use, but TikTok does have a new option down here that it came out with in September called an instant page. And this is where they will generate a pixel for your instant page, which will allow you to optimize for related conversion events. Think of a TikTok instant page as an instant experience on Facebook. If you're not familiar with what those are, you can check out the video at the top of the screen right now. Basically, TikTok will create a small quick loading website within TikTok that hosts all your website information and optimizes toward a specific event. Since we don't have one of these set up, the only option we have available here is going to be to click a button. So I'll go ahead and choose that so we can keep moving on. But effectively what we're trying to get here is people to engage and click on the buttons within the TikTok instant page that they've created for us. As I mentioned earlier, we don't have a website that has a pixel setup and an optimization event. So I'm going to continue through this conversion campaign setup with the instant page, but all of the settings are going to be the same that they would if you used an external website. If we scroll down, the placements we have available are going to be the full range of the placements available. So we do get a little bit more reach with a conversions campaign. If we then keep scrolling down, we can see that all of the different targeting options, promotion type, bidding and schedule, all that good stuff are going to be all the same as they are for all the other campaign objectives. The only adjustment we can make here is for optimization goal. We can optimize for the conversion itself, or we can optimize for the click. Odds are if you're using a conversion campaign, you're trying to get people who will actually carry out those conversions. But if you want to shift back to click, you can show your ads to people who are most likely to click on them. This would be a good option if you've started off with conversion as your optimization goal, but you're not seeing as much volume come through as you would like. It might make sense to shift over into the click section and try and optimize toward that for a little bit, and then later revert back to conversion once you've got more data to go on. For now, I'm going to leave it as the default conversion and shift over into the ad section. With conversion campaigns, we have two ad formats available. That's single video and collection ads. We do not have the option for image ads on the website conversion piece, but my guess is that most of you are running at least single video ads anyway. And as you can see here, you can create a video ad with multiple different images. So even if all you have are images available, you can still get it up and running with a single video ad format. Overall, TikTok is very similar to all of the other online advertising platforms in that it provides a 3-step user funnel from awareness, consideration to conversion, and provides different campaign objectives for each of those different stages with multiple different goals. I'm sure there are some folks out there that have goals that don't fall under these different buckets, but there's probably very few of them. My guess is that most of you can find one, if not multiple, of these campaign objectives that can help you reach your goals with your online advertising on the TikTok platform. Hopefully these rundowns have shown you what the differences are between the campaign objectives and given you a better idea of what might be the right fit for you. But if there's any other questions out there, or if you think there's any other uses for these campaign objectives that we didn't mention, we would love to hear about them in the comments below.
Thanks for watching our video. If you thought it was useful, give us a thumbs up below.
We release a new video at least once a week, so if you want to get notified of when a new one comes out, be sure to subscribe to the Paid Media Pros channel.